I will not put American boots on the ground in Syria. We should not be drawn once more into a long and costly ground war.
Putting boots on the ground, I think, would be a profound mistake.
It will not involve American combat troops fighting on foreign soil. The resolution we've submitted today does not call for the deployment of U.S. ground combat forces to Iraq or Syria.
He never said there was never going to be U.S. boots on the ground. And as a matter of fact, there's more than 3,000 U.S. troops in Iraq right now in a training, advising, and assisting capacity.
3,500 troops and more on their way is not a big ground operation.
What? 100,000 foreign troops, including 90,000 troops from Saudi Arabia, Qatar and Jordan, and 10,000 troops from United States will be deployed in western regions of Iraq.
It is now time for us to do our bit in Syria, and that is why I ask my colleagues to vote for this motion tonight.
I personally reached out to my counterparts in 40 countries around the world in the coalition and asked them to contribute more. The United States is prepared to assist the Iraqi army with additional unique capabilities to help them finish the job.
You will be surprised to know what 34 fruits and vegetables can do to your health. To learn more, click the card there or click the link below this video. Earlier this month, President Putin has ordered to deploy S-300 and S-400 Triumph missile systems to the air bases in Syria. S-400 is the next-generation surface-to-air missile systems that can destroy basically any target in the air or on the ground. Russia now has a number of air bases in Syria, and that number of air bases is to increase. Putin has ordered to protect all territory of Syria by using S-300 and S-400 missile systems. That means any provocation against Russia will lead to a major war in Syria.
I order to act in the toughest way. All parties threatening the Russian forces and our infrastructure on the ground are to be destroyed immediately.
России. Слава народу-победителю! С праздником! С Днем Великой Победы! Ура!
Vladimir Putin has praised the Russian cruise missiles fired against terrorists in Syria from the sea. Putin hopes that no nukes will be needed against ISIS. Guys, it's an indirect warning that Putin can nuke ISIS if the situation gets very bad in Syria and Iraq. Russia and Iran are in talks on the deliveries of the Russian-made all kind of weapons, as Iran is interested to replace outdated military equipment. I think that it's a cover for Russia to deliver military equipment to Iran. It is obvious that all sides in Syria, Iraq, and Iran are preparing for full-scale military conflict that will lead to a World War III.
The U.S. and ISIL actually, believe it or not, actually have aligned strategic interest. Both of these states, and I would include Turkey in there too, all three of those states want to see the overthrow of the Assad regime.
You see, there are many reasons why all this fighting happening in Syria and Iraq, where ISIS has taken control of certain towns and regions. But there is one obvious reason, and it all has to do with resources. According to some sources, there are 2 trillion euro worth of gas, oil, and some very rare minerals in the ground in that area where all this fighting taking place right now. Click the card there to watch the next video.